Y'all, welcome back to B-Rad Garage. We're back on the 85 Chevy today. It's my first truck ever from high school. If you hadn't seen the first video on it, we didn't do any troubleshooting to it, just kind of rescued it, pulled it out of the tree row. That was a lot of fun, but now it's time to dig into this thing. Tons of wires been ate by rats. We got no spark, I can guarantee that. We're gonna chase that spark, see what we can come up with. So really gonna be like just a day in the life, like follow along, like just get in there and get our hands dirty and see what we can't find. So hopefully we can find something out, and as always, I appreciate y'all watching. Let's see what we can find out. Hey y'all, welcome back to B-Rad Garage. We're back on the 85 Chevy today, chasing some wiring, messing with wiring. Y'all might can see I've messed with some of these. This video may be a little spliced because I've had to do this over a number of days. And let me tell y'all, I got plenty of weaknesses in the automotive fixing or whatnot field, but wiring is definitely high on that list. I am not good with electrical wiring. It's like voodoo magic to me. I don't know. We do have more evidence of rats on here, as well as the top of the fan shroud. I may have left a present for the rats in here. That looks like that present has been eaten and gone, so that might be a good thing. And yeah, so let's look at this thing here. What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to get my gloves on, y'all. Got junk everywhere. Ugh. Gross. All right. Alright, so the big problem that I know of, even though I don't know much about wiring, is I do know that your distributor needs electricity, you know? And right now, ours does not have it. So, I don't know what's going on here. I think this plugs in maybe the tack side. Looks like it goes into the dash. Maybe it's a tack thing. I don't know. I do know that this is not what you want right here. See if y'all can see that. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Let me zoom in for just a second. So that wire is supposed to be 3 wires. So you have a chewed up one way down at the bottom, and then 2 there's completely toast. So I'm gonna do my best to get in here and I don't know, kind of splice that together. I mean, surely I'm not gonna have to get a whole new distributor because the wires are 8 way down at the bottom. But I've got some wire and stuff with me. I might spend a second blowing the rat nonsense out of here. Just stay away from the hennavirus and whatnot. But yeah, so that's the main start today. I'm really hoping that, I mean, this truck had a drive shaft issue. My old man had put a different rear end and drive shaft in it from another pickup, and it had a wobble or something like that, and he didn't have the money or the time or whatnot to have the drive shaft balance, so he came over here and parked it. So everybody likes to say running when parked, but this one actually was. Like, there was no engine troubles. It was just the truck as a whole was not useful at that point. So yeah, now we got engine troubles because it ain't starting now. I'm not even going to try, obviously, not to mention all the open wires and all that nonsense. But anyway, let me clean this up a little bit, and then we'll see what we can't get into. All right, y'all, so we're going to go full disclosure like we do always. Honest to a fault with y'all on my shortcomings or what I got going on here or whatever. I'm really just going to chase any wires that I know are torn up because of a fire hazard, as well as doing my best to get this distributor wired back up. I have like some butt connectors, I have some wire. Chances are a lot of y'all out there are going to be like, bro, don't use those connectors. Don't use, and you know what? I'm with you. Like, I'm not going to say that what I'm doing is the right way or the best way, but I'm doing what I can with what I have on hand. because it sure would be nice to be able to know that this thing for a fact that it's going to run, it's going to work, even if we got to go back and change some of that stuff, you know, to like heat shrink connectors, or maybe I have to get a whole new, I don't know, you know. But anyway, it's probably going to be a lot of me jumping and hopping around here, and a lot of hoop, yeah, hoop, because I'm getting old, and hopping into hoods off and on is probably going to be a lot of that. And I apologize if my angles aren't fantastic. I want y'all to be in the mix here, but at the same time, I don't want you to have to just see my dumb head like poking in and out here, you know. Maybe that's a time-lapse kind of deal, and see, because I mean, y'all don't want to watch me slowly like cutting and splicing stuff together probably. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll time-lapse me scabbing all this stuff together, and we'll get back with y'all when it's actually like time to try something, like turn the key, or y'all can help me watch for smoke when I plug a battery up to it. Yeah, let's do that, y'all. Y'all, I did not have the camera on. Now, did y'all miss anything? No. In fact, what you missed was probably electrical butchery. I will tell you a couple things I do know about electrical wiring, and then you'll probably see that a lot of those things are not being followed on this example. So for example, you want to use the correct gauge wire, basically the correct size. I'm 100% sure really that my gauge wire is too big, too heavy of a wire. That's a little bit of a play it safe kind of thing, like an old farmer, like, you know, country boy kind of thing, but that's not necessarily right. Also, I did my best to have red and black for hot and ground. So I didn't want to have just all red wires, all black wires. I always feel bad for people that have to deal with that kind of stuff. And the connectors. So I thought I had a whole box of blue connectors, which are for, I believe, 14 to 16 gauge wire. And I think the red ones are like is it 16 to 20 or 18 to 20? Anyway, red ones are smaller, blue ones are kind of in the middle, and yellow ones are larger, for larger wire. I probably should have been having blue connectors, but I'm out here and it's all I had. So again, a lot of this is not right. Also, the least amount of connections you can make, the better. As you can see, each one of these has, well, technically 4 connections, because they have 2 different butt connectors, each connected inside each other. So this is not great at all. I did end up with what I hope to be a functional wire. We'll try to get everything plugged in. I see over here, you can see back there, that red wire is loose. Not sure where it goes. This one has been taped multiple times, probably by my pops. Looks like it goes in the distributor too. It might be a tack, because it goes back through the firewall here. And then, sorry for the handy cam, y'all, but it's only I can get y'all in here. And then when you look down here at these green wires, where did they go? Because they are decimated right there, and they go back into the firewall. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to scab together enough stuff with my limited knowledge of the wiring and everything, but I think we're gonna try. The important thing is we'll try to cover up everything that's like those green wires. Even if I don't know where they go, I'm going to try to cover them up with tape or something where they're not arcing, sparking, whatever. So I'm really sorry I didn't have that time lapse on, but again, I don't think y'all really missed a ton. It was just me going back and forth, and like we discussed, using the wrong connectors and the wrong wire, etc. So just total hack at work here. That's why the channel says entertainment purposes only, y'all. Oh man. All right, well, let me chase some more of these wires, and then we'll hopefully get everything plugged in the distributor and see what we got. All right, y'all, I was about to crawl up in here and read what these terminals or whatnot on the distributor said, but I was like, you know, I'm gonna have to crawl up in here, and everybody's probably gonna want to laugh at me, you know, jumping up on this thing. So let's see what we can't figure out here. So I can't keep from bumping my head. Move this, move this. Okay, all right, here we go. All right. Tack, bat, ground, C+. What is that? What is C plus? Is that crank? I don't know. Crank positive? I don't know. Don't get me lying. All right. So maybe the 3 one goes in the back? Our 3 plug here? Okay. What's that? Oh, this is kind of terrifying. I don't want that in my throat. And actually, hindsight being 2020, I should have had this old quadribog covered up this whole time. It's got just junk just waiting to fall. 1, 2, yeah, that has 3. Okay, so this pink or red or whatever should be the hot, I would think. That's what we're going with. Let's see. The clip's broken on the other side, so we're gonna have 1 clip. Now, for cheese and rice, come on, just work with me, not against me. Come on. Different angle maybe? Hat's even in the way. Oh, maybe so? Brake booster's in the way. Alright. That wire being too thick, it's too stiff to get up in there. Alright. So you go over there. You're in my way. You? Okay, all right. Clipped up in there. I got a positive here. I know GRD is ground and this other one, so I'm thinking I'm right here. This says tack and bat, so this is probably tack that's been, oh my goodness, that's just loose right there. Oh my gosh, okay. Maybe we can leave it out. Maybe it won't be necessary. But my guess is this thicker one is battery power. Goes right down to the bottom of the distributor, maybe. Ugh. Is that a front clip? Yes. What is, wait, where do you go? Are you the right one? You gotta be, right? Definitely a heaviest wire on here, pink. Let's see. How do you clip on there? So that's fun. I don't know what that is either. I know we need that battery power one for sure. You know, guys, let me consult either if I have my Haynes manual with me or if I get on the internet. Let me consult where that needs to go because I do not want to do that wrong. Okay, y'all, I didn't think I could get you in there reliably, but basically that ridiculous red wire that I talked about having like multiple pieces of tape, I think that is your keyed hot from your ignition. And these connectors work in conjunction with each other. That tiny white one that I couldn't get to click up in here clicked into the right side of this black one, which clicked up into the distributor. So now we've got the back 3. So I don't have a tack one, but I don't think that's gonna affect us trying to turn this over. And man, how cool would it be if it ran? But anyway, I think the first thing we're gonna do is get a battery, clean out these post terminals, and make sure nothing just goes and lets out the grossest smelling electrical smoke ever. So before we get this high dollar Walmart battery trying in here, I want to show y'all something and then kind of show y'all a state of mind maybe. So my pops put these on here. These are those awful GM side posts. Now, if you'll notice, this is really the kind of terminal you cut this off here, slide the wire between here, and then screw it down, you know, clamp it down with these 2 nuts. Now, this is not great for connectivity, right? You don't have a direct line. You got another connection like we talked about earlier. However, my pops grew up dirt floor poor, y'all, like for real. And the reason he did this is he told me if we had a side post battery at that time, he could undo this bolt, use it. If we only had top post battery, it could take this and use it. Yes, it's not electrically correct or maybe sound, but in a certain frame of mind and in a certain way of living, it makes perfect sense because it allowed him to have more battery choices depending on what he had the budget for or what he had laying around, what he could get used or whatever. So these are not right. I kind of scratched them out a little bit with a battery cleaner, cleaned them up a little. I think we're gonna resituate y'all, kind of get y'all where y'all can see more of the engine bay and y'all can help me look for smoke. All right, y'all are on smoke test. So we got our negative on. Okay. Okay, no big sparks out of the battery itself. Tighten that down. And I'll shut up for a second and I'll listen and smell. Okay. Okay, we might have passed that, y'all. I'm gonna let it sit here for a minute, really walk around it, and then, man, I might get the keys. We might try this bad boy. All right, y'all, let's get our patented fuel dispense container, OSHA approved. Probably should fill the float bowls a little, but I don't know if I'm getting it in there or not. And even if it does turn over, I can't help but think it won't light off because of all the wires I saw get chopped and everything else. So I'm gonna make sure I'm recording because I've already made that mistake today. Yeah, all right. Let me just turn the key once or twice and see what happens, y'all. All right, here we go. Okay, it doesn't sound super, but that doesn't really surprise me because this is just a random battery we have that I keep for doing stuff like this, as well as again, I have no idea what connections I do and don't need. I know we're gonna have every vacuum leak known to man, even if we do get it going. The is the pedal hooked up? Looks like the pedal's hooked up, but maybe I think that's overdrive. Maybe overdrive's not hooked up. Oh, that's okay. That's too much. Still, just too much. Maybe I'll try to hold my foot to the floor there. Okay, it's still a no, huh? Again, not that surprising. I think I may undo. Man, that has been mangled. Maybe I'll undo that and we can see if the fuel pump's working, as well as yeah, I don't know, y'all. Just so many. Like, that could be just like a temp sensor right here, most likely, but this could, you know, be supposed to go somewhere. These green ones that are cut off, that looks like they clicked into here, like, did they go somewhere? Are they important? I don't know. This sucker's got more wires on it. The 80s were not kind to vehicles as far as ease of use to work on. I know that's the choke, so that shouldn't be a problem. Well, it's off anyway. My dad hated chokes. I don't know why, but he always took them off. Maybe because we don't live in a colder climate, didn't think they were necessary. I don't know. Man. I did grab some hot start. I don't really love this stuff, but I don't think it's a fuel issue, honestly. It's gotta be just spark or this distributor. It's just gotta be. There's just too many chewed wires for it not to be electrical. But let's give it a shot. Only the best dollar store starting fluid. All right, here we go. No, I don't think the pedal's working. don't think my pedal's working, honestly. All right, one more probably futile attempt and then we'll regroup, y'all. Yeah, I'm not even hearing it spit and sputter. So maybe I keep chasing wires. Might even have to look at an actual wiring diagram, see what I might be missing. But nothing caught fire. Nothing just blew up. I mean, we got what, 5-6 minutes of us cranking on the engine, and again, it sounds a little slow, maybe because of this battery, but it doesn't, I don't hear any like obvious scrapes or anything awful sounding anyway. So yeah, let me take a break here and regroup, and we'll get back with y'all. All right, I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to see this, but I was gonna try to maybe set this up where it might arc on something, and then actually probably check the footage and see if it's sparking or not. My guess is it's not. All right, y'all, I'm guessing this won't spark, but y'all let me know if you see something. All right, what'd y'all see? Hey, y'all, kind of zoomed in. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the difference in wasting y'all's time and showing y'all kind of how stuff gets done. But on something like this, I kind of chose on just telling you after instead of trying to show you, because I don't think you would have seen very much. So you have to take a flat blade screwdriver, place it into one of these screws here. They come down with a spring, and then you twist it, and these little legs get kicked out, and you can take that off. Now, I don't know how well y'all can see, but those tabs are pretty corroded, and even though I don't know much about electrical, I know corrosion's bad. So probably take my knife or something, scrape on there. I think these GM HEIs are supposed to be kind of just bulletproof unless the module goes out in top, which also apparently doesn't happen a lot. So we'll just scrape these off and see what if anything, if that helps. I need like a small wire brush or something. This is not. Yeah, that's quite a bit of corrosion too, so maybe that'll actually help. Let me grab like a battery brush or a wire brush. All right, well, I found my old Harbor Freight battery brush, which is not great, you can see. And then I found, this is not all of it, but I found some ancient 60 grit sandpaper that was barely even tearing. But let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's not really reaching it. All my other wire brushes were too big, wouldn't fit in there. It's not gonna fit. A new one might fit in there, one that isn't completely busted. Oh, and I did unhook the battery. I don't know if any of y'all are curious, but if you're gonna be fiddling around with electrical stuff, make sure your power's unhooked. All right. Probably the right thing to do is to try to check for that spark instead of just turning it over. That's, oh goodness. Sorry, y'all. Back y'all out a little bit. Can I do that? Okay. Now let's see if anything happens. We haven't even checked that module or looked at anything else. I'm just trying to go one thing at a time. Sadly, that's not a huge surprise that that didn't pop off, but let's see. Come on, goodness. That's what I just put on there. Let's see, all right. I don't know, y'all. I don't even know where to put this thing. Dang it, I kicked y'all again. I'm sorry. Let me move y'all, figure out where to put this, and really just try and figure my life out. Because right now, I don't know. I almost forgot to get y'all in here. While the battery was hooked up, I took my test light, turned the key on. I pulled off our switch here that says BAT and goes in here, and we thought that was keyed hot, right? Our key's on, our ignition's hot. That was, in fact, the case. The light lit up. Then I thought, well, let me take off this cover and we'll just maybe check that module. I don't know. I've undone it a little. I remember to put y'all in here, but this cover is loose as heck. So I don't know if maybe some moisture or something got in there, or I don't know. And I don't even know how to like check these. I'll probably have to look up. I guess maybe you have to like ohm them out or something. Again, y'all, I'm clearly not electrical guy. And I'm okay admitting that, but You're never going to learn if you don't do. Well, I take that back. You can read and, you know, people can tell you things. I'm not, but for me, if I can do, that helps a lot. Oh, y'all, there. It's empty, y'all. I mean, there's supposed to be something in there, right, y'all? I mean, this is not, look, this is not a bit, y'all. I did not. Okay, I've got a little rubber pad, a spring. A big part of me wants this to be the problem and me to laugh at myself or whatever. But then another big part of me is, what the heck? Like, maybe, again, maybe Dad was working on it, didn't know. I don't know. But, yeah, surely something goes in there. Oh, my gosh. I mean, the wiring needed to be done, but the cranking and the gas and the spark plugs part, if I'd have just thought about it. But, yeah, there's a spring in here, and it looks like a rubber isolator, a round disc. So, okay, let's look into that now. Goodness gracious. Like I tell y'all, man, I'm honest with y'all. I'm not going to pretend like everything's hunky-dory when it's not. Oh, yeah, y'all can see that that's empty. Well, let me pick y'all up, just to really show y'all that there's nothing in there. Surely there's something there that connects to those, because like our connections aren't going anywhere because nothing's in there. Goodness gracious. All right, y'all, let me recoup. Yep, I found this in the truck, y'all. The coil was in the truck. Kind of sanded this clean a little bit. Now, my pop was not a big parts cannon guy, so this very well may be bad, or he might have been just thinking he'd throw this in here. Because back in the day, this was probably 20 bucks, 30 bucks. I think they're like 75 now. But anyway, I'm going to look at this thing, see if I can't figure out where to plug everything back into, and then we'll try it again. Who knows? We might get lucky. Man, what a weird deal. All right, y'all, I did look up how to put these back. I did find the screws to hold this down, and yeah, got grounds on 2 of them. I believe I can tell where they all go, because thankfully they're just kind of in straight lines. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm going to try to get over here and get this installed back in here. Now, we don't know that it's good, but we also don't know that it's bad either. Let's see. Okay, that. Got that down there. These go on this side. Ground in the middle. Oh, what are you doing? Did it get bent? No. Go right here. Oh, that is awkward. Is that actually where that goes? Is there a slot there? No, there's not. Oh, man. Oh, now this one is like, oh, it's like super snug. Yeah. Okay, all right. Out of there. Okay, so that's good. Why are you sticking up like that? It can't be right, y'all. Can it? It can't be. But then again, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know what I'm looking at. I don't want to bend it. It was already in that kind of weird position. Maybe the cap sits over it and it's supposed to catch right here. There's no split right there. There's no way for it to go down deeper. And that doesn't seem like it's really in there. That's not gonna do it. Oh man, that's weird. That makes me nervous, y'all. I think I'm gonna look at the interwebs again, see what I can't find. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm talking about. Here, let me show y'all. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. So I apologize for the angle earlier. Yellow went in here nice and easy. Black ground went in nice and easy. 2 grounds are gonna go over here, but this red one, I don't know. I don't know why it's got this one raised up above. There's no like slot or no like place for it to go that I can see. I don't know. Get on the interwebs and look around. All right, y'all. I got deep off in here and realized this is what bent, not this. This goes straight down. This goes straight down. There were 2 holes here, so that's good. So now I'm going to button this up. We're going to see if somehow magically this fixes it, which would be awesome. I can't make this up, y'all. I installed the coil up there, and I was like, I thought maybe I saw one of those ignition modules in the same box I found the coil. Guess what? Yeah, it's not in there either. So I don't know if my dad had the best of intentions and didn't get around to it, because I did not take all these things out of here. So I found a module. Is it good? I don't know. But the other one was GM, and this one's not. So I'm going to take a guess that this is the one maybe he bought, didn't install. I don't know. But I'm going to slap it in there, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, y'all, I feel like I was pretty clear. Electronics, not my strong suit. I think next steps for this thing are a whole new distributor. When I can get a distributor for $105 with a module, ignition coil and all that, looking at a $60, $70 module, $30, $40 ignition coil, maybe it's cheaper to get through the other way, but with all the wires y'all saw and the nonsense, I think that's the next step. I really hope that fixes it. I really want to get this thing going again. I hope y'all are enjoying this kind of series. Clearly, it's not just going to pop up and run for us, but we're going to do the best we can. I really appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all are doing awesome wherever you're at. And stick with me, y'all. I'm really enjoying this ride. I hope y'all are too. Thanks again, and make it B-Rad, y'all.